Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone 4 Fuhrerreich as France. Let's continue on for the last set off. So we did send some volunteers up to Denmark. And looking at these guys' organization, we can actually probably make some advances into the Hamburg commune. Try to help them with their little civil war they got going on. We did research slot, so let's go for... No, that's... Because your 50% is actually going to be used for our 1939 rifles. So we don't actually use it for the sport equipment. What do you want to research? But it is still 1936. We're still a little bit early on here. Do we have any industry tax? Yeah, construction speed seems like an okay choice for us to go for. We do have some more free military factories. We have one, to be specific. And, I mean, looking at this, carrier fighter, I mean, we got a decent amount of planes in reserve. Maybe more tanks would be a good idea. We are missing a little bit of rubber. Is there anybody we can get that from? We're missing 13. Right, that we don't have any factories, right? Because of all the whole like depression thing going on. Okay, right. But 61% here. We actually have some war support, so our troops, yeah, can actually reinforce, which is a miracle. I didn't think that would be a thing that could ever possibly happen. So we're slowly kind of responding our way. This should say Black Wednesday. Should not say Black Monday, but that's okay. And we can decrease unemployment more. Yeah, I mean, it's 100 million. Do this, do this. Like, we have 575 million francs. I don't know if we need any... I don't know if we need money after the crisis has ended. I'm not too sure. I mean, it didn't show up before the, crisis, so I'm assuming not. Infantry equipment, that is a lot of modifiers. Breakthrough is definitely, I think, better than defense, so let's go with you. We do still have to worry, of course, about the Dutch. Germany's getting their TST divisions. So, they can begin, I think. Actually, can I even see here if they have enough, They don't have enough for pan-Germanism. They need 750,000 manpower in the field. We don't know how many men they have. It is, again, still only like 1937. The United States and Brazil has fallen, so they're either going to go socialist or maybe align themselves up with the Germans, assuming they actually have a focus tree, which they don't, so they probably won't do anything. So this whole front doesn't actually make any difference whatsoever in the wider scheme of things. Nationalist Spain, though, that is much more of a risk. I'm pretty sure they probably will join up with the Germans. 1% unemployment for 25 million. That seems like an okay deal. 2% unemployment? That seems pretty good. Like, that's... Even in, like, decent times, I think 2% unemployment's, like, a pretty good number for you to have. The situation has improved. Fantastic. Things are getting slightly better for us. Is that slight? Affects of Black Wednesday. Construction speed still bad. Slightly more consumer goods. That might mean we can import a single unit. Nope. I was going to say hopefully one single unit of rubber, but apparently that's still not the case. What are the other modifiers we got on this? Because I know there's a ton at the moment. We're at 78%. The missing funds we still got. We're sanctioning Germany, Black Wednesday, NFA underscore Jacobin Prince. Okay, sure. And peacetime demobilization. And we've also started a public works project. So everything's kind of trash. Which is unfortunate. But we're still investigating the army. Hopefully at some point we can figure out where those missing funds are going and kind of remove that penalty from us. Have you guys still not broken through here yet? Should I send aircraft to you? I could send 160 planes. So you know what? Let's do this. Our aircraft... I'm assuming you don't have planes. No. So I will send over, let's say 160 close air support. You're all fighters. Oh, you find over here. 220 is a little bit too much. So let's send you. Yeah, I'll send you to here. And then I can send over another small group. I can't send you. We're slightly too much for that. Can we send over a 90? Yes. We'll send over 90 as well. You should be good. We're investigating the army. I guess next we're going to... Best offense. Defense or attack? Probably want to go for the attack, I would say. Moves divided military staff. What is that affecting us by? That is... Honestly, not so bad. It could be a lot worse. So I guess we'll go and investigate the capitalists, see what they're up to. And the Sudeten crisis. Czechia has fallen into disarray with Sudeten crisis. Has descended into chaos due to the issues of Sudeten government. Sudeten German people, widely radicalized under Volkist movements, and declared their intention to secede from Czechia and join Germany. For years now, Czechia has been our friend. We have supported them, as we did in their civil war. Now that Germany has fallen into radical nationalism, and the crisis seems poised to strengthen Germany while weakening our hold on continental Europe, standing up for the Czechs and supporting them in their territorial integrity, deterring possible German aggression seems to be the most sound choice to make, although Germany won't really like it one bit. We will, of course, stand with the Czechs, because we need to try to boost the Entente council. We need to get this higher. We can get up to 95% or 90%. We can make a pretty large alliance, which would be really, really nice for us to have. By the way, is there air support there? It is. It's reducing you by 16%, which is pretty decent. Like, they don't want to die, unfortunately. And we'll see what Germany does with Sudeten land. I mean, they haven't even annexed Austria. And having all this territory would kind of be a disaster, I would say. I mean, world tension at 5%. Like, the world's pretty stable, at least for the time being. Hopefully some more Danish troops can arrive to the area. We're doing pretty well. You know, you hold position. Do not hold position, because we actually want to break through here. Okay, fantastic. We've gotten you guys done. Which means that we've gotten you down to 84%. We definitely need to take Hamburg, Kiel. Hamburg, I should say. Sorry. We're actually doing pretty well in this fight. I'm assuming because they're in multiple combats. Let's see if we can actually push our way down to here. The Danish can hopefully give us some support as well. Yeah, they're trying to push their way through here. Okay, that's actually going more than okay. You guys can keep marching away towards Hamburg as well. Fantastic. We investigated the capitalists, found them innocent of stealing government money. So, who is? So, it's not the military, it's not the capitalist. We can investigate the government. Jubilee slots, infrastructure. I mean, that's okay. Actually, it's not really like the negative 3% consumer goods, you're actually okay. But I think most, like, these four kind of just garbage. Let's do an investigation of the government, see what we can find there. We have unfortunately reached our way towards the canal here, which is going to give us a pretty unfortunate river crossing penalty. 77% here, war support against you. What do you want me to do? Here's about raising tariffs. We don't really want to do any of this. For the 550 million francs, we have enough money. I imagine we have enough money. I don't know if there's a way for me to determine that or not. Okay, so you guys have arrived. We're making good progress, I would say. We haven't reached any other major cities yet, but, you know, we'll get there when we get there. You're both heavy weapons. Okay, so we can get 2 of you, which is quite nice. Let's go for maybe a chief of army. Division attack plus 5% is pretty good. Or just a flat 10% is also, like, really nice. Why is yours so large? I don't know, but I guess let's go for a flat 10% boast. I think that's pretty good. We're attacking you. The problem, of course, is the river crossing, and apparently the train. Is this a marsh? It is, which is really bad. You are a negative 30. The marsh, of course, is a negative 40. But you can't attack both provinces here, which is a shame. We will support the Danish in their attack, though. And hopefully we'll be able to get that done. We do have a lot of manpower, though, now, which is quite good. Is that because we got rid of, yeah, we're no longer suffering the effects of Verdun. So, you know what, I think about time for us to train up some units. What are you? Motorized and yeah, so okay, let's say 3 tanks and build up 7 infantry. We once again have low manpower, but do we have enough supplies for all that? For the infantry, yes, motorized and light tanks are a little bit low, but like it shouldn't. 174 days, and you are 116. It's actually not a big deal at all. We can actually probably build more units. Go like 12 infantry, just 1 of each for now, of course. 1937. Your 1938 tech, I still want to save you for a little bit later. Probably should be getting the better light tanks. until we can unlock the media once in the future. We will do a force attack, give us a little bit more of a breakthrough bonus here. Their defense is quite high, which is terrible. You're attacking into us, which is unfortunate. Still don't want to get you. Do we have any? We have a recon company, but the next one doesn't unlock till 1939, so we really don't want to get that quite yet. And you're still very expensive for the time being. Do you know a 1936 fighter? Seems like a pretty good choice for us, I would say. And their attacks, it's just horrible, really, really bad. National Budget Investigation of the Government. After a long period of absence, the SIC has returned with to the government with a mountain of folders and files that it would appear the funds missing from the national budget were siphoned. This is the personal accounts of several members of government using offshore accounts in Switzerland. I mean, I said offshore, we border them. Anyways. Discovery was shaking the Black National to a very core, and more members of the party are being accused of rampant corruption to the day. The trial of the 11. Is there anything else we really want to get? You are okay. Don't have world tension for you, which would allow us to do more factories. So I guess we'll, for the time being, we'll do the trial of the 11. And what else can we do after that? Because there is the election. Either the block survives or the block breaks down. This can only happen if the block disbands. And I don't think we really want to, I don't think we want to have a military coup in the government, mostly because I think that threatens our position in Europe. I think the Entente members might not like it. Inflation decreases. Stability plus 5%. Oh, that's pretty good. Well, have absolutely no unemployment in the country. 17% inflation, I will admit, is not great. It's pretty bad. Parliamentary Republic. Actually, what we can do, because it's only going to be for 3 months, 200 million, 1% more inflation. We'll cut military spending a little bit. I know that's kind of like counterintuitive since we're actually in a conflict up here in Denmark. But I still think it makes enough sense for us. How many troops do you guys have? You shouldn't have that much manpower. You actually have like 60,000, which is more than I would like for you to have, but what can you do? And it's... How many other people are actually in my faction? I guess everybody who is my puppet state's in the faction. The situation has once again improved. A lot of consumer goods are now available to us. Can I finally import any amount? Still, the answer is no. Which is amazing. It's just hilarious. Now we're still at 69%. We've got the missing funds, sanctioning Germany. Peacetime demobilization. One of the following must be true, more than 20% war support or more world tension. I guess, yeah, having civilian economy doesn't help too much. But we have now cut spending to the military a little bit. And we can basically sit here in Kiel forever, I would imagine. I can't imagine they would be able to push through too much. Unemployment funds. Unemployment decreased by 1%. There's no reason to do that, we're at 0%. Unless you make it go down to -1. No, it does go down to -1. Fantastic. We're employing more people than exist in the country, which is fantastic. So the trial of the 11. After several days of deliberation, the jury has appeared once more in front of the grand jury with its conclusion. The jury has found all 11 members of the government guilty of, among other things, embezzlement. The men were all removed from the government positions promptly, but the stain of the legacy still remains with the coalition. The upcoming election in March will prove to be one that decides the fate of France for the next decade. The only thing left to do is decide whether the Black National will participate or split up into constituent parties. The bloc will survive, mostly because I don't want to threaten our position in Europe. This, yes, automatically finishes. The election is over. After a tense couple of days, the ballots have all been tallied, and the winner of the election is going to be announced. So there are... Are you even... But I don't even see them in the list here, so I'm not too sure. So we're not going to choose them, because I don't know what that does. You either go for the SFIO, the Radicals, the Conservatives, or, of course, the Black National. 10,000 manpower, -2. minorities. Okay, 10% attack. Revolts in Algeria probably is not fantastic. Building slots are horrible. 2 civilian factories and 1 military factory is okay. 200 political powers, though. I actually think you're kind of just bad. Or not just the conservatives. Or a surprise military coup. That's always fun. Federation Republique, which I'm assuming is... Democratic Alliance. Is that you? I don't know who you actually are. But actually, I don't even know if I can actually choose you anymore. Because the block survived. SFIO. Democratic. Who are you? Democratic Republic Alliance. Stability, social conservatism goes up. Stability, manpower. I'm guessing social conservatism is going to turn to social democratic in the future. Like, eventually the cap going up is quite nice. Women's suffrage. Political power. 5% stability is pretty good. PR. Wait, are you the radical socialist? The Liberal Party? You might be, which is a little bit strange, but okay. What are you? You are... Daily political power gain, more political power gain. 3% growth. -3, some land forts. And the, like, you're actually not a bad idea. 200 political power. You know what? Your liberal success, which only happens if you're social liberal. You're all 200 political power, except for the Social Democrats, which give, I think, a little bit more of a boost. You're kind of garbage. You're kind of garbage. You're basically garbage. There's a lot of garbage focuses. You know what? Let's just... The Black National will win, just so we can actually get the 10% attack bonus. And you have congratulations, or we can do you. So do you want to go for you, or do you want to go for you, then? Probably the 10% attack, I think, seems pretty good. Even with all the scandals, you still managed to win your election. Congratulations with that. 419, 419. You also go for another excavation tech. On top of that, let's go for... We have to have the bombers here for the 1936. 321 days. It's way ahead of time, but I still think it's worth it. The -53. The problem is that we're just attacking in very unfavorable terrain. And I don't believe we're allowed to navally invade. But no, can we navally invade? Why are we training? Don't train. We don't have naval superiority. We need 50%. But I don't... Can you even get naval superiority while you're at peace? Yeah, it's 0% here. 100% here. Because you're not in range? I mean, we can't dock over here, obviously. It's a little bit too far out. So, Maxie, I'm not too sure if that will work. We'll keep it there for now, just in case, and maybe in the future we want to try something a little bit more, curb unionization. What do you do for us? More political power than 50. We lose some. We get the battle against unionization. Sure, why not? I'm sure maybe they'll, I'm sure there'll be some benefit to it. Maybe giving us a little bit more, consumer goods or something. Anything, really. Okay, let's try a force attack against you. I know we're losing a lot of, officer purge, corruption in the army, the SIC, real layer of corruption and vanillity within our officer corps. We lose some attack and defense max planning. Okay, that's not great. How long does that last for? It lasts for, who knows, just forever. We do have 500 political power, so I probably should be doing something with that. Vision speed, max entrenchment, I think is pretty good. just more recruit population. I'm gonna go with you. Air Force. What do I have of intelligence? Decryption. I don't. Research speed plus 2% is pretty good. I'm gonna go for the 2% research speed and some decryption with you. We still have 200 political power. So let's go for better fighters, because we're actually researching one right now. And again, it should apply even to that. Pretty okay. So the Bloc National has won their thing. Let's do missionaries in Africa. Get a 10% attack boost, because apparently we do need that to offset the purge of the officers we just had. The nationalists and the monarchists are still fighting it out in Spain. That's okay. The longer they stay fighting each other, I think the better it's going to be for us. Let's go for slightly more tanks still. Do I have any factories? I do! It's a miracle that we can actually get some rubber now. Maneuvers along the Pas de Calais. Ever since the Great War came to an end in 1919, the French military staff has been scrutinizing every decision made throughout the course of the war, playing war games to see what they could have done to do better. Several different prevailing schools of thought have taken hold, and the arguments nearby turned violent before the chief of army stepped in and mediated the situation. What followed were a series of live war games in the Pas de Calais region in France, with one side representing Germany and the other side representing France. What the officers found was that using conventional tactics, both armies were forced into a state of trench warfare within weeks of simulated war beginning. A promising new Éclair tactic showed many signs of success, involving a lightly armed spearhead, which would punch through enemy lines before spreading out like a funnel, allowing allied soldiers to capture huge swaths of enemy troops in hostile land. Combined with air offensive, it is believed that the new Lightning War could potentially turn the tide of France's favor during the next major continental war. It was not soon after, however, that several officers found major flaws with the plan. Fuel and supply shortages were rampant with the doctrine, and risk of being cut off from the main army was extremely high. The enemy forces were able to break through the spearhead. It was for these reasons that the plan was essentially scrapped by the end of the war games. We may not have found a magical new doctrine, but the army has certainly learned a thing or two about modern defensive warfare. 25 army experience. Okay. So we're not going to do Blitzkrieg, but, you know, in French. But I do think it'll be a good time for us to end this episode. Thanks for watching. My name is Anthem. If you enjoyed, my thumbs up. Not enjoyed, click thumbs down. Want to subscribe, and goodbye.